You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, well, I got to tell you, this is weird shit, all right? This is some strange fan shit I don't understand, I don't get. It's pretty clear some people don't understand how podcasting works. Podcasting is essentially like me and John having a live stream, all right? We might have 3 or 4 topics we know we're going to talk about, but we don't know what we're going to literally say to each other during the talk about the topic. In other words, you don't pre-plan to, hey, we're going to mention so-and-so during this live stream when we get to this topic. That's not how any of this works. And of course, somehow, some way, you got some strange fans out there that are pissed that Sophie Cunningham brought up Caitlin Clark during the Project B conversation. So let me get this straight. People believe that there wasn't a conversation or wouldn't have been some sort of a conversation probably when Kelsey Mitchell signed with Project B, that Sophie Cunningham and Lexi Hull and Caitlin Clark, these 3 ladies, keep in touch with each other all the time. And there's conversation. They're friends. And fans are mad because Caitlin Clark comes out of Sophie Cunningham's mouth. Or in this case, came out of West. Is it Wilson's mouth? Her friend and her podcast partner. I don't get that. Number one, nobody. If I'm running a podcast, not a chance in hell are you telling me what I can and cannot say on that podcast. Not a chance. There's no point of doing it because you're going to lose all the authentic nature of having a conversation with somebody else. He brought up Caitlin in what's a very obvious off the cuff kind of comment. And she answered the comment, and she's not supposed to. So awkward silence would be better. Is that what we're going for? I got to tell you, it's some cuckoo for Cocoa Puff people out there. And Sophie Cunningham answered a commenter back. I'll give Sophie credit. She ain't shutting the F up for nobody. That reminds me of me on here. I don't give a rat's. I don't care. Sophie Cunningham had a fitting response from fans who accused her of talking about Caitlin Clark unprompted, allegedly to profit off the Indiana Fever guard's star power. It's crazy. How is Caitlin not supposed to come up in her conversations? How is that they were literally just teammates. She was caddying for Caitlin at a golf tournament 2 weeks ago. What are we talking? That's so stupid. That's dumb. It's one thing. Look, people accused Angel Reese of doing this, and I believe she was doing it. We know Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark ain't kicking it. They're not hanging out. That's the difference. You got somebody talking about her blatantly to get clicks on her podcast, and because it's controversial, you got somebody else that's actually friends with her and interacts with her and all this other. It's completely different. But even at that, Angel Reese allowed to talk about what the hell she wants to her own podcast. On Thursday, Cunningham, who signed on for Project B, a women's basketball league set to debut November 2026, shared that she also pitched the idea of joining the league to Caitlin Clark. Quote, all these leagues are great, but at the end of the day, if you don't have the WNBA, you don't have a platform. Cunningham said on the Show Me Something podcast, you don't have the eyes, you don't have the recognition. I tried to get Caitlin Clark to play in Project B. She was like, quote, no. Okay, I mean, like somebody wasn't going to eventually ask about Caitlin in this league? That's wild. Yeah, because awkward silence after West's comment would be so much more appropriate for people tuning in to listen to what people have to say. So this lunatic fan says, Sophie, stop talking about Caitlin Clark challenge. Impossible. Sophie answered her. People stop asking and talking to me about her. Impossible. That's motion right there. That's motion. People, I mean, obviously people want to know. And then this D-bag is, and he got crushed. Sophie, stop being a MAGA grifter challenge. Impossible. Oh, I mean, wow. If it's not an angry black lady, it's a lesbian. F off, douche. I mean, that kills me. You know, I mean, yeah, do we probably know Sophie Cunningham's politics? Probably. Has she just blatantly went out there and talked about it? No, she hadn't. She doesn't talk about her politics at all. But that tells you right there, that's the reason people, that right there is the reason people hate Sophie Cunningham. Got nothing to, well, and she's white and she's straight. But it's what they believe her, but it's the first thing people bring up when they're coming at me. It's the first thing. They go and they copy and paste my little profile, and I'm like, bitch, if I didn't want you to know that, I wouldn't have put it in my profile. Obviously, I don't care who knows. It's hilarious. Wasn't this on her podcast, though? Like, they don't go through the questions? I can tell you, me and John don't, there are no questions during a podcast. I'm sure they had an outline, and the outline is like, okay, we're talking about Project B. And that's literally it. We're talking about Thanksgiving. We're talking about the Chiefs game. You don't literally outline the back and forth of the conversation. No. If somebody did that, that'd be the worst podcast in the history of the planet. At least I hope people aren't doing that. You can't do it on live streams, and all live streams is a podcast that you're tuning in for. You're literally watching a podcast getting shot right in front of you when there's a live stream. A recorded podcast is no different, except instead of going live, you just record it in private and release it. Man, I got to tell you, the Sophie Cunningham hate is weird. It's weird. But when you realize the WNBA fandom and almost all the hate that Sophie gets is from the old fans. Have you ever noticed that one? The old fans. She don't check them boxes. She don't check them boxes. And you know what? That's why I like her. She's different. She's exactly, the league could use 130 Sophie Cunninghams. The fucking ratings on this league would be gargantuan. And that's the problem. They don't have just regular people that are talented at basketball, that live normal lives out there, that are nice looking too. That helps. I don't give a shit what anybody says. They're lying if they don't admit that that's part of it. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.